Hey there. I guess Fabio's running a bit late, so I figured I would start the live stream now, and then when he pops up, I'll pop him in. But he may be busy with stuff, so I figured I would just pop in and say hi, talk to you guys before he pops on. So, how are you guys doing? I don't know if you guys are still in here. Hey there, Rich. Hey there, DJ Donnelly. Hey there, Flash Flex. Doing okay so far. We are, got some thunderstorms, a lot of wind, some possible rain coming in, so we got that going. Hey there, Eric and Steven. Hey, Paulie. Hello there. Hello there, Eric. Again, Fabio, I think he's running a bit late. I'm not sure. Something might have come up, but we'll see what happens. And if he pops up, I sent him the link to it, then I could patch him in because this thing would guess it will pop up and I could just invite him on. But I figured I would start the stream, and then when he comes by, we'll get started. But I didn't want to wait too much longer because it's about 7:10 right now. But Jesse, hello there. Crater Jake, hello there. Ranking the Lethal Weapon movies 1, 3, 2, and 4. Favorite is the third. Favorite is the first one. I think the third film is the most underrated, and then 2, and then 4. Yeah, I don't really believe in that. Yeah, Jacob's Ladder is an absolute classic film. Yeah, love the original Jacob's Ladder. Wonderful movie. And again, for those who just come in, Fabio, I guess he's running a bit late, so I'll just I figure I'll start, and then when he pops on, I'll have him on here. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, the original Jacob's Ladder is an absolute classic. Wonderful story, great acting, likable. It has a great, heartfelt, bottom line story that I don't want to give away for those who haven't seen it. J.J. Abrams live action Hot Wheels movie. Why do we need a Hot Wheels movie? What the hell is the story of a Hot Wheels movie? That makes no sense, but as J.J. Abrams, he doesn't make sense. Hello, Sharktopus. Hey, Dante. Um, well, I recognized the voice was Kiefer Sutherland. Kiefer Sutherland has a definite voice, and I'm like, oh, that's Kiefer Sutherland, because I know how Kiefer Sutherland sounds, and they didn't really hide the voice, so I knew it was Kiefer Sutherland. And I saw a phone booth in the theater, and I really enjoyed it. Amber Turd, yeah. I've only seen, I think, one or two of the movies. I haven't seen much of the show to give a definitive opinion. I have not followed a single thing on the Johnny Depp trial, so you would know more than me. Stone Cold Brian Bosworth, absolute classic. Love Stone Cold Brian Bosworth. Like Lance Henriksen is your bad guy, kick-ass action from the same director, Craig Baxley, who did I Come in Peace and Action Jackson. Underrated movie. I don't know if I've seen the sequel. If I did, I don't remember a single thing about it. Any new favorite films? Well, I don't know what you mean by favorite films. Like the Batman I enjoyed that came out this year. Favorite films of the year? I mean, I guess the Batman and the new Jackass movie, which I saw and enjoyed. And then for those who are popping in, Fabio, he'll come by in a bit. I think he's running a bit late or such. Because I mentioned 7 p.m. Central Time. I think he's just running a bit late. But I sent him the link. So when he pops back up, we'll go even more forward. Yeah, the Expendables 4 poster, it's just everybody in silhouette. I'm sorry, why should I be excited for a film that has Megan Fox and 50 Cent Curtis Jackson as part of the cast? Avatar: Last Bender. Horrible movie, but I saw the first season of the show, and I think we got it started here. Oh no, here he is. The
What do
man
you
with
mean?
the
Oh no,
plan. The man with the plan. How's it going? How you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Doing well, other than these annoying storms and wind and rain and more storms, but I don't know
Yeah.
how it is over there where you're at.
Well, it's been raining a lot on off and on. I think it's supposed to start raining tonight and then all day tomorrow. So yeah, April's trying to get that last bit of rain in before May gets here. So we'll see what happens.
But just everyone out there, welcome. We're just shooting the squat for maybe an hour, maybe two. We'll see how it goes. There's no plan, but that makes it more fun.
Woohoo!
And I did answer some questions, but in case I'm curious to get your thoughts. What's your ranking of the Lethal Weapon films? Favorite to however?
First, I like what John said. There's a storm coming for Amber Heard.
Let me get that.
There you go. Seagal could do a sequel to Hard to Kill. Um, I like the first one is my favorite, Lethal Weapon 1, and then I would put 3 and then 2 and then 4.
Yeah, I agree. Three is very underrated. I never understood the hate that film gets.
Yeah, which is weird because when it came out, it was one of the biggest movies of 1992. It was a huge hit when it came out.
Hmm. That's what's more underrated. Lethal Weapon 3, Die Hard 2.
I got to go with Die Hard 2 on that one because again, when that movie came out, it was a big hit and everything, and then it just everybody hated it for no reason.
Yeah, I'll go with that too. Wonderful sequel. Don't understand the hate it gets. Not yeah. Hey Walter, hope you're doing well. Let's see. Uh, sorry, trying to do this on my phone. Doing the best I can, guys. Thank you, Seb, for the kind words. Hope everything's going well in Australia. Very appreciative on the kind words. Steven says hi. Hello there. Hey, Bobby. Ooh. My personal is split second, but I'm much more of a creature feature guy. But all of them are great choices. Blind Fury is underrated. One Dead or Alive underrated.
They're all underrated, but I got to go with Blind Fury.
Good choice. Hey, Callum. Yeah, J.J. Abrams is directing a Hot Wheels movie for some reason. I don't know what the hell the story of a Hot Wheels movie is.
Why?
That makes no sense at all. I Hot Wheels movie. I mean, if does anything, no, nothing surprises me. It's dead ideas full and full with Hollywood. Uh, hey,
Didn't
Chaz,
it,
hope you.
you know,
Yeah,
just like
go
they
ahead.
tried to do a Hungry Hungry Hippos movie that never got made. Who wants to watch that? Nobody.
Let's see. Any wrestlers you like to see become actors? I mean, I like Roddy Piper, but I mean the new ones.
No, none of the newer ones because they don't want. First of all, they don't even want to be wrestlers, which is true.
That's true. I mean, I can't tell you anything. I mean, like back in the day, some of them did try. I mean, as for older wrestlers that never tried, I mean, maybe Sergeant Slaughter live action. I mean, he was a voice actor G.I. Joe, but live action, that'd be cool. Hey, Old County, hope you're doing well. Um, I have no idea what that is, the Bill Murray stuff. Don't know anything about
All
that.
they said, all that I read was apparently he did something and there was an investigation, but they didn't say what he did. I don't think he did anything wrong. He was just being Bill Murray, and someone got butt hurt and needed to get their pussy powdered.
And let me answer this. No, the guy was being a dick. It's probably one of those people that Fabio knows. I'm
Maybe.
sure it is because they love us for some reason.
Yep, they just love having the taste of my dick in their mouth. I don't understand why. It's weird.
Apparently, mine too. Apparently.
It's really, really weird. They're probably watching right now.
Hello. Hey Jesse. Andrew Davis is a very good director. I mean, Under Siege is a great one. I love The Fugitive. I probably would go. It's between Under Siege, The Fugitive, maybe The Fugitive because I like this. But Under Siege is a good one. What are a favorite Andrew Davis film for you?
Mine would be Code of Silence
That's a good one too. Chuck
because that was
Norris.
the only movie that the critics actually took Chuck Norris seriously.
Judging from the piss poor. You don't need to see the remake. It's not worth it. Live action Gumby, if Eddie Murphy made it back to the day, maybe, but
Yes, that'd be the only way I'd watch it.
Eric saying hi.
What's up, Eric?
So is Alter Ego.
What's up, Alter Ego?
Yeah, there's a storm coming. Yeah, I have not followed a single thing of that trial. I've stayed out of it. I don't know jack squat about it, so you all would know more than me.
I know Johnny Depp's probably going to win and he's going to get a shit ton of money.
Maybe for good. See if it all thinks he's Asian. It's a video. Oh my god. I'm being fired by Warner Bros. All because my ex-husband Wayne.
Well, don't be a bitch.
Yeah, she is an ultimate bitch. Crime Story Jackie Chan, I remember that being a pretty decent film.
Yeah, I just watched it not that long ago. I still enjoy it because Jackie Chan tried to be more serious. It wasn't a comedy, which was nice. And when he tried to do that here in America, it didn't work, unfortunately, with The Foreigner.
What do you think The Foreigner could have done to be better?
Not have Pierce Brosnan's horrible Irish accent when he, in fact, is Irish. I don't think you needed any of that subplot. Why couldn't it just have focused on Jackie Chan being a vigilante and just that should have been the focus of the movie. That is what people wanted to see, not 20 minutes of Jackie Chan and the rest of the movie of Irish McIrish, and then you find out he's a terrorist and all that. No, people don't want to watch that.
Yeah, I mean, that's when I saw that film. I'm like, Jackie Chan felt like he was barely in his own movie.
He was a guest star in his own movie.
Which that was weird because the marketing was completely misleading.
Yeah, it always is. Look at Lionheart. Lionheart makes it seem like he's going to go and get the guys that killed his brother, but it never happens in the movie.
No.
So I know people get mad. You guys just hate every new movie that comes out. No, they've been doing shitty marketing since the beginning of movies. Nightbreed, when Nightbreed came out, they marketed that as a slasher film, and it's the furthest thing from a slasher film.
Oh, I'll show. This came in the mail today, which is very nice.
Oh yeah, I gotta pick that up. I gotta order that
very
one.
Nice.
It's all gone, and then comes the price on eBay.
Yeah, have not checked it out yet, but very nice. Actually, has some.
I'm disappointed. There's no features.
I'm not surprised. It's Shao Fat.
I mean, like Mark Singer won't talk about that. What's Mark Singer doing? Nothing. What's Tracy Scoggins doing? You mean to tell me that they don't want to talk about Watchers too?
That would have been nice. I mean, Mark Singer talked about the Beastmaster on that set, the Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah, I have that over here, which I was pretty shocked when they put that out. Because it was weird because before that came out, Don Coscarelli said, like, we need your help to find the film print. And then, like, 2 months later, that came out. So I don't know. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you. So Arnold quit no Vinegar Syndrome. At least they've gone away from the weird porno stuff. It's like they got Ticks, Standard Cop. At least they've done stuff like that. So at least they're getting a bit better with that.
Yeah.
I like Jackie Jackson. I think it's a fun movie. I
like it the way it is. I wish we would have got a franchise out of it, but no.
This one's for you. There you go.
I was never honestly a fan of her as an actress. She never did it for me. In real life, she's a piece of shit human being. Johnny Depp will win this court case. I'm willing to put money on it, and she will hopefully never work again. And, she wants to play the victim and everything, but no, I mean, and there's a lot of women that do what she did and got away with it. So maybe this is a little bit of a wake-up call. But fuck Amber Heard. Amber Turd is exactly the name that I call her. Hopefully she gets hit by a bus or something. Now I know somebody's going to clip that and edit it because they got nothing better to do, but I don't care.
Well, I mean, then they're defending someone who pooped into someone's bed.
And, tried to kill Johnny Depp on more than one occasion and was, uh, did similar things to other people. So,
I did hear that, yeah.
and Hollywood, it'll never happen, but Hollywood owes Johnny Depp an apology. The whole of Hollywood owes him an apology. It won't happen. I know it won't happen, but when this is over, they'll beg him to be in this movie and be in that movie and everything.
Well, Johnny Depp, I did hear that he said he will never be in a Pirates film again, even if they asked him.
I don't blame
him.
I don't blame him. He said, I also heard like some of the court stuff. He said he's actually never seen any of them. I'm like, well, that makes sense. But because I heard that they wanted him to do like 4 or 5 more, and his asking price was 90 million, and they said no. And then that's why they're trying to do like a female remake. Yeah, because they wanted him to do like 4 or 5 more Pirates movies, and he's like, okay, but I want 90 million, and Disney was like, no, yeah, like Disney doesn't have 90 million, okay.
Which that's the only reason people would go see him.
Yeah, because he's in it. That's the only reason why people saw the first 4 or 5. I don't even know how many there are. I saw the first one when it came out, and that was it. I had enough. I'm like, I don't want to watch this anymore.
And there's Amber Turd right now. Hey, Amber Turd, hope you're doing well. We got a celebrity in there. But hey, they're worth it. You'll have a good time. For $1, it's a good price.
Why not?
Fair Godzilla 1998 one is underrated. You did a live commentary. It's on his channel, the Stallion 51. Underrated movie.
Absolutely.
Good. Oh, hey there, good guy Ken. Well, Dave made a maze. You don't be disappointed, but yeah, Watchers 2. 30. I mean, it was a pretty spendy as well for how there's nothing on it. But I'm a sucker for it, so they got me.
Yeah, and I know because somebody asked me, they're like, "Well, why didn't they do the first one?" Because I'm like, "Well, the second one was probably cheaper to get, so that's why they did that."
And I wouldn't be surprised if the first one's owned by a different, like Vestron, because they're doing stuff. I wouldn't.
Yeah, because it is Roger Corman, so maybe Vestron will do it, or another company plans on doing it. But hopefully that one comes out because the first 2 were definitely the best ones. And I mean, I have it's in here somewhere. I have the shitty full screen DVD, and it's like ripped from a VHS. Yeah, I have that. I have that one. So.
Yeah, all on one disc and crap. Yep, absolutely. Never understood the hate for it. I don't know if Fabio's seen any of these. Have you? I mean, Night Professor, have you seen Norbit or 1,000 Words?
Unfortunately. 1,000 Words was okay. I would say out of those, Norbit was the worst.
Yes. Norbit, if a white guy directed that, he'd be burned.
Yeah. That movie was garbage.
Garbage in every way.
Yep. No, I don't. There's been plenty of terrible movies that have made a lot of money, especially in the past couple of years. I don't think because a movie makes money, it's good. There's plenty of great movies that made no money. John Carpenter's The Thing flopped when it came out. Blade Runner didn't do that well when it came out, and now they're among the greatest movies of all time. So just because it made money doesn't mean anything.
Not at all. Oh, you didn't know anything about Predator? You saw HBO one day? Great.
That's the best way to go into a movie.
Yeah, a lot of movies have their anniversary, and of course, studio won't do anything about them.
Nope.
Have you seen Titan AE?
Yeah, it's somewhere in here. Yeah, I thought it was like in the front. I guess not. I got too much shit. I know. Yeah, I love Titan AE. I think it's a great underrated movie.
Well, I do want to give a shout out. Thank you, Hopium, for the kindness. Yes, I do, because I saw the movie and it sucked. And for people like, oh, it's Toby great because Toby's in it. Toby is barely in the movie, and that's not worth it anyway. And have you seen any of those Tom Holland films?
Nope. And I don't really plan on it. Somebody said the other night, they're like, well, what if I sent in a paid request for No Way Home? I said, well, if you sent it as a paid request, yeah, I would watch it because you paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be the only reason why I would watch those.
And hoping, if you wonder, I did a review of it, and yeah, the movie is boring as hell. It's stupid as hell. Tom Holland's the dumbest Peter Parker ever. Oh, here's some 5 villains. Let me invite them to my home where my aunt lives. Nothing bad will happen, and then she dies. Gee, I fucking wonder why. Duh. Oh, thanks, John. Whose words? Amber Heard, Ezra Miller. Amber Heard.
Amber Heard.
Well, but Ezra Miller is a freak as well.
Yeah, he's another Hollywood nutcase, but I would say Amber Heard is worse.
What are your thoughts? Yeah, go ahead.
It damaged Johnny Depp's career. He could not get roles because of all this shit that he allegedly did. That's why he got fired from the Harry Potter movies and everything, because all these idiots believe this shit because Johnny Depp has a penis. And my thoughts on that whole Ezra Miller thing, the guy is a whack job. I mean, a couple years ago, there was a video where he choked a girl and then he threw a chair at somebody, and then it happened again. And then the next day he got arrested again. I mean, normal people don't behave like this. I mean, I don't behave like that. I'm sure all of you don't behave like that. So
No,
clearly he's a
I never
whack.
choked a girl. I never choked a girl.
I've never choked a woman either, even if she asked for it in a certain situation. I'm not weird like that. I was bad joke, I know, but yeah, I don't behave like that. Normal people don't behave like that, and they have to do something. They can't keep promoting this guy and have him in these movies. They're gonna have to do something because he's too much of a liability. You can't be this big actor and go around and assault people and get arrested every day. You can't do that. It's number one, it's terrible publicity. And number two, you're uninsurable because no company is going to hire you to do a movie and expect you to behave and pay for this and everything else. They won't hire him. And I don't blame, I mean, I don't think he's a good actor, but still, I don't care if he's the greatest actor in the world. There's no reason for you to go around and choke people and throw chairs at people and attack people all the time because you're having a bad day because you can't control yourself. That's a you problem. You're a celebrity. You got money. Go to therapy and get your shit fixed.
But why is it that a studio, they obviously know before they even made The Flash, this guy choked a woman and threw her down, and they still allowed him to continue?
Because he's part of the Hollywood elite. I know people are probably going to get upset that I'm about to say this, but he's part of the LBGTQRSTUVWXYZ open parentheses,
right.
close parentheses.
I forgot.
And he can do no wrong because he's gay or whatever. And yeah. And it happens once. Okay, yeah, like go to rehab, go to court, go talk to someone and come back and it'll be okay. But when you're doing it 2, 3, 4 times and you're getting arrested every day, it's a problem. Not only does it make everybody look bad, but now you're going to have to spend time in jail. You're going to have to pay all this money and it's going to hurt your movie. Like I saw these people getting mad like, oh my God, if they fuck up Michael Keaton, well, this is why Michael Keaton should have did his own Batman movie and not be in The Flash.
Or done a Batman Beyond movie.
Right. But they know that the only reason why they would do it is to get people to go watch that instead of giving people what they really want to see.
It's ridiculous. It's Hollywood, of course, is ridiculous.
Because they're idiots. They're all idiots.
This is a tough choice, but I love both. I would go with Predator 2.
I got to go with Predator 2. That's just me.
I don't care about Elon because I never use Twitter, but it's funny that people are getting so mad about it. But I'm like, okay, I never use Twitter. But
I think it's a beautiful thing.
Feel free.
I think Elon Musk is brilliant, and I think for the normal people in America, not these nutcases that think they can say and get away with what they are doing and everything, especially on Twitter. I think this is great. This is how you win. This is how you win. You have people like Elon Musk buy all these people out and, give the American people what they really want. Well, I mean, in Twitter's case, it would be the whole world, but this is how you win. You do things like this, not, change your profile picture to the Ukrainian flag and all that. That's not how you win. That's just attention. But I think it's a great thing, and a lot of shit's going to change, and it's going to change for the better.
Hey, if Twitter exploded, it wouldn't mess up my day.
Yeah, I think I'll be all right. I like what John said. Bring on the lens flares. I learned about that. Now I learned how they do lens flares.
Yes, J.J. Abrams, he screwed up Star Wars. He screwed up Star Trek. He'll screw up whatever the hell he does. Superman Hot Wheels. Superman driving a Hot Wheel. Whatever the hell it is. He touches, he destroys.
Yep.
But it's not even an Ivan Drago good way. Jar Jar Abrams is an idiot. He's a moron. He's a putz. I didn't mind Mission Impossible 3, but that's probably more Tom Cruise calming him down. But he's
the best
not
Mission Impossible was the first one.
I don't remember Internal Affairs. Have you?
I've seen it, but I don't remember anything about it.
Andrea horror movie. I might see that.
Yeah, that'd be different.
I like both. I go with Napoleon Dynamite, but I like both.
Me too. I like Napoleon Dynamite a little bit more.
Fabio could talk about Mr. Nanny. Hulk Hogan, the tutu.
Mr. Nanny is one of the better Hulk Hogan movies, to be honest.
My hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
David Johansen from the New York Dolls. I don't want to go to school.
And then he had like a metal plate, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You defy me, and then you make fun of my hair or something like that.
Brother.
This because I've seen that. If you want to see Ron Jeremy as Jesus,
nah, I'm all right. I'll pass.
Fast X. What your thoughts on Fast X? Fast and Furious.
I don't care.
X
Again, what DMX? They're gonna bring him back from the dead. Is that what's going on? Brie Larson and Charlize Theron are gonna have a lesbian sex scene, and then the car is gonna crash, and they're both gonna fly out while they're scissoring each other. Fuck John Cena.
I just see that. It's funny. Mike mentioned he looks like if Jim Varney grew up and melted. That's John Cena.
A little bit.
Which is my favorite.
The third one.
I would go with the first one, but I loved what the second one did. I thought that's a very creative sequel.
Absolutely. But the third one closed the book, and they will never make any more because Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale signed a contract saying that there will never be a remake as long as they're alive. And I think like 75 years after they die, they can't do it. So that's how you protect your films.
Oh, they put the 75 years as well?
Yes.
Wow. No, that's smart.
Ain't no Back to the Future remake coming anytime soon.
No, I've not seen it. I know it's about some old horny lady that kills people.
Awesome. So, can't wait to watch that one.
Samurai film. I haven't seen enough samurai films to give a good answer.
Samurai Cop.
Thank you, John. They were the kind words. Twisted Metal. They were going to do a Twisted Metal by the guys who did Crank and Crank 2 or one of them, but then that went bye-bye. And I mean, Michael Bay, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it depends. I can see what you mean, though. I mean, considering Marvel nowadays, you're not wrong with American films or Marvel and stuff. Your thoughts on Marvel? I mean,
fuck Marvel.
Exactly.
I would rather watch the good Hulk movies or Daredevil or the first two X-Men movies or Blade 1 and 2, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's like I just got Yeah, seriously. I just got Civil War. I like that one, but it's too much. You can't have 9,000 different movies. No one cares. You can barely hold people's attention for 2 hours without them finger fucking their phone. You want to make 9 more movies? Come on now.
And the thing with Marvel, I used to like some of them. Iron Man I liked, and the Incredible
Yeah,
Hulk, Edward Norton I liked, but they're too homogenized. They're too generic. They follow a formula, very basic, very checklist pointed. That new Thor film was like every checklist. That new trailer, Love and Thunder, that sounds like a bad '80s song. Thor, Love and Thunder. I mean, with oh, now Jane is the new Thor. Like I
which
care.
I mean, I'll give them credit. They did do that in the comics, but
Yeah.
now they're just doing it to check a box because vaginas or whatever.
I like Death Warrant. Good
I do
Van
too.
Damme movie. Would you say that's underrated?
Yes, because no one ever talks about it. It's like a forgotten out of like the pre Lionheart movies, that and Cyborg are the forgotten Van Damme movies. Nobody ever talks about those.
I wanted to ask you, do you think this will be Van Damme's last film? You think he's serious about him retiring?
I think so because Viking Samurai did an interview with his son. I didn't watch it, but I heard that his son said, yeah, like he's done. Like he doesn't want to do movies anymore and like he's ready to retire. So I
Hmm.
mean, if you have a good script and a good director and you let Van Damme do what he wants to do and you don't fuck it up in editing, it can be a pretty good movie. Um, I mean, the last Van Damme movie that I really liked came out 10 years ago, which was Six Bullets. So
I agree.
since then, just let him do what he wants to do, not have him as a guest star and then he dies in every movie or, he's depressed or whatever. It's like, but people
Wa-
don't want to watch that when they see Van Damme.
Watching Monties on TV and stuff.
Yeah. Or Pound of Flesh was so disappointing because that could have been really good and they screwed it up. Now I don't know if that was just how the movie was by design or it was a budget thing or whatever, but when you make these independent films, you never know. But that could have been, if he would have did that right after JCVD and it would have been better, that movie probably would have got him more, bigger roles, to be honest.
But that film just had poor, like, there was fight doubles, it seemed, which was strange. I guess maybe his body's breaking down or just time. I don't know.
Yeah, because I know he had like a number of years ago, he had either a total knee replacement or a hip replacement. I can't remember which one it was because it was just so deteriorated. And that definitely prevented him from doing like the helicopter kicks and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And like when he does it now, it's really risky, which is why I think he only ever did it in Expendables 2. I think the last movie that he did it in was The Order. And then since then, he can't do it anymore because it's just too painful. I mean, it is what it is. The human body can only take so much punishment. But
Hmm.
instead of trying to fake it, just change it up. Just change the fight scenes up to where he can do his maximum, and then if you need to shoot coverage or whatever, you get a double. But yeah, Chuck Norris did the same thing in the '90s. I don't know why he started using a lot more doubles, especially when Walker Texas Ranger started. But he was still really healthy back then. I mean, he still is now. I'm not saying that he's not, but he definitely could have did more fight scenes. But I don't know if it was an insurance thing or whatever. But that's because if you watch a lot of those Walker episodes, it's not him. And Top Dog, half of that's not even him in that movie.
Yeah, I think you're right about the show because if he gets hurt, the show is done.
Right, because they'll shut it down, and then the lawyers will come in, and then everybody will get mad, and then everybody wants to sue each other, and then somebody's going to get paid. It's just the way that it goes.
And before going on, another quick question for you.
Sure.
With Chuck Norris, are you glad he did Walker or would you prefer movies in the
I'm
same?
glad he did Walker because at that point, his movies, number one, weren't going to theaters anymore.
Yeah,
The last one that he did that went to theaters was Sidekicks.
yeah.
And number two, like he realized that he wasn't the number one guy anymore. So he got out when the getting was good. because he realized that, yeah, we got Arnold and we got Seagal, and I'm not the number one guy anymore. So, and it worked in his favor. It really did, because Walker was very successful when it was on. And, you know, he eventually became a producer, so he made a shit ton of money off of that show. And he had a lighter schedule and he got more freedom. So, no, he definitely made the right decision to do that. And honestly, I think he was probably the first like mainstream actor to do that. Now everyone does it, with Netflix and Amazon and all this. But I think honestly, Chuck Norris was probably the first big film actor to move to TV and be very successful at it. And
So
they wanted him to do 2 more years of Walker, but he said no because his wife was pregnant. And then he pretty much retired after that. So he did it right, at least in my opinion.
yeah, it made sense though. And what was the movie he did for folks out there? He was on a train, and it was a sci-fi movie.
No Piercer.
No, it was he would kind of go over and over again on the train. I'll look it up. Do you have a favorite Jay Gyllenhaal? Because he was doing like Nightcrawler, Donnie Darko. That was interesting. But any Jay Gyllenhaal movies that come to mind?
I'd probably say Nightcrawler.
Or maybe Bubble Boy. That's a good one.
Yeah, Bubble Boy. I always forget he's in that movie.
You seen Bubble Boy? What are your thoughts on
It's
that?
been a minute since I've seen that one, but I remember liking it.
The Source Code. That's the one.
Oh, okay.
That for those who haven't seen it, that's a good sci-fi story because you find he's part of an experiment and he's on this train and there's a bomb. And he's got to go over and over again on this train to find out who the terrorist is on this bomb on this train.
So it's like Groundhog's Day, but an action movie.
Yeah, more of like a thriller. It's pretty interesting sci-fi story. James Cameron, Aliens is personal favorite. The Terminator.
Yeah, I got to go with James Cameron. Don't get me wrong, I love Spielberg, but I will never forgive him what he did to Rick Baker. So at least James Cameron didn't do that to Stan Winston.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah. And then, I mean, I did what? I mean, Spielberg with Jaws, Jurassic Park, Hook. I mean, technically he directed Poltergeist, but I don't know. I like James Cameron's like movies more. Terminator, Aliens, The Abyss, True Lies.
And can The Abyss get a Blu-ray?
Yeah, right. That'll never happen. Not an official one. That will never. I don't think it'll happen. They had so many opportunities, but he got so butthurt because that movie didn't do as well as Aliens and Terminator. So, yeah. But there's an interview. He's like, yeah, we just did a 4K transfer, and that's what's coming to streaming and a Blu-ray. Disney ain't going to put that out.
Like True Lies.
They definitely will not put True Lies out. Disney will not touch that movie. It will not happen.
It's an action movie. It's a good movie.
Well, they don't care.
Well, yeah, they care about
all Disney cares about is Marvel, Star Wars, and Frozen. If it's not any of those, or the other one is sequels and remakes of all their older properties. If it's not those 5 or 4, they don't care. They don't care.
Well, they can suck my dick then.
Exactly. And their stock took a huge plummet, which is nice. Same with Netflix. Netflix lost like 56% of viewers or something. Good.
Yeah.
People are tired of this. People are tired of being preached to.
There's like 200,000 subscribers at least. At one day, they lost like over 50 billion.
Good. This is my happy face.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't put stuff like cuties on your platform.
Yep, and every movie that you do shouldn't tell white people that they're evil and everything.
What the hell is that one called? Not white people are bad. It's like white.
Dear white people or whatever.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I want to watch that.
Yeah. No, well, it won't.
They're going to put it on HBO Max regardless. That's just their business model. But I mean,
it'll be in theaters because of Michael Keaton. People don't care about the Flash. They want to see Michael Keaton as Batman. Exactly. That's why people are going to see it, and it will make money because Michael Keaton is like Spider-Man. more people cared about Tobey Maguire and stuff than Tom Holland.
Of course, and that's the exact reason why they did that, because they knew that, well, Endgame came out and now people don't really care about these movies anymore, so how can we get them to care? Well, let's get, him back, and we'll put him in there and put him in. I like Eric Bana's response. Somebody asked him, they're like, well, what if they do like a multiverse? I can't talk. Multiverse with the Hulk. He's like, yeah, I don't want to do that.
I don't blame him.
And they will not bring Edward Norton back. They're still butthurt over that movie.
Well, I mean, they made a Hulk into such a joke anyway. But here's some tacos.
Clearly, they never read any Hulk comic books, but sure.
Yes, rest in peace, Richard Donner, great director, a lot of wonderful movies. My favorite is between Lethal Weapon and Superman. I will go with Lethal Weapon, but he's a great director.
I gotta say Lethal Weapon.
What's your second favorite?
My second favorite would probably be The Goonies.
That's another good one.
And then
True.
Three would probably be Assassins.
Let's see, I'm trying to think. Richard Donner. I mean, he didn't make a lot of bad movies. Like, even I didn't mind 16 Blocks, despite Bo's death. Because I don't know what
that's a pretty decent movie. I like that too.
Was that his last film, or did he do another film after?
That was his last movie, I believe.
And there was talks of now. What do you think of Mel Gibson doing Lethal Weapon 5?
No, it's not lethal. You cannot make a Lethal Weapon movie without Richard Donner. It will not work. I love Mel Gibson. I think he's an amazing director, but the reason why those movies work because of Richard Donner and Joel Silver, even though Joel Silver's an asshole. But you can't do it. You just got to leave it like Scream 5. You can't do Scream without Wes Craven. It's not going to work. That's just my opinion.
And it didn't work. I saw Scream 5. It didn't work.
Such a great movie that people are talking about,
Yes, he did do Collateral Damage. That's another underrated Arnold film. Bad timing.
Yeah, unfortunately. That's why I would love if they do like an updated Blu-ray and like 20 years later, because that movie's 20 years old now, talk about more in-depth, now that so much time has passed. But it probably won't happen.
Eye of the Tiger would be in the 3. Lethal Weapon would be Predator 2, Lethal Weapon, and Eye of the Tiger, maybe?
Eye of the Tiger, Predator 2, and Under Siege, because he's great in Under Siege.
It's another good one. I think this is for you. Moscow Heat.
What's Moscow Heat?
I think that's one of those Alexander Nevsky movies. The guy who, I think so. I could be wrong. I just imagine because he wants to be Arnold Schwarzenegger so badly.
Well, everybody got triggered about that documentary that I reviewed, so I better be careful.
Why?
So somebody wanted me to review this documentary, and it basically said that the Jewish people are responsible for everything that is going on in the world, and they are the ones that started communism, and that's why all these people died. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of anti-Semitic and bullshit. And all these people comment, they're like, no, like, you're stupid. The documentary's right. You watch the mainstream news. And I'm like, yeah, I watch the mainstream news. Okay.
Okay,
like, that's what's really going on in the world. You're just blind and stupid. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure.
That reminds me of something that happened to me. For those who follow my channel, I did a documentary review of Confessions of a Time Traveler. It's like 30 minutes long. I think the guy was a fruitcake. You don't know how many people have commented saying that I'm wrong and that was real, and he was a real time traveler. I kid you not. I've had at least 20 different people tell me, you didn't watch it clearly. He's clearly. What about this? No, I don't think there's any fucking time travelers around here. Or they have something better to fucking do. This is how stupid people are. They think the world is flat. They think, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is for people.
I was watching it and I'm like, okay. And then someone's like, you only watched part 1. I'm like, yeah, because that was what the paid request was for. You know, I don't watch all the parts when they didn't pay for it. That's not how it works. And they're like, you're just stupid and ignorant. You're a liar. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I lied about, but sure, thank you.
People get butthurt very
Everybody
easily.
got triggered. Everybody got butthurt about that one. What a surprise.
Well, DC's being stupid if they support her.
Well, they're going to get bit in the ass when this trial's over. That is for damn sure.
Yeah, especially Aquaman 2.
And they're probably going to have to reshoot all that footage. And the movie will get delayed again, but I don't care because fuck Aquaman.
No, I haven't. The pilot was enough with Chucky drinking alcohol and puking someone to death by it. And someone electrocutes. I don't
And
care about the
apparently it
Chucky.
got renewed for season 2.
Hip hip hooray. You haven't seen any yet, right?
No, what do I want to watch that for?
Hi there, Austin. Good guy. Films that we watch every year.
Besides all of them? I mean, no, I'm kidding. Obviously, not all of them. That would be impossible. I mean, there's too many to list. Like the frequent ones that I watch, there's just so many. Because it's comfort food. Because after you watch so many shitty ones, you're like, yeah, I want to watch Aliens. Yeah, I want to watch Predator. You know.
I would say my favorites. I rewatch Aliens, Hard Target, Leviathan, Predator 2. Name a few. Deadly Friend Sally, it got hindered by so many post-production problems. They had another story called Friend, which was much more of a deeper story. I think it was supposed to be more like Starman than a horror movie. But then like, oh, it's Wes Craven here. It has to be a horror film. The guy who wrote it would go on to write Jacob's Ladder, the original. And they forced him to do these stupid dream scenes and more horror. And I mean, the basketball death is fun, but it has a stupid ending, which makes no damn sense. It's a very flawed film because I feel bad for Wes Craven because him and the writer wanted a better movie, and people
because they wanted it to be exactly like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, all the dreams and all.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with Eric Roberts.
Yeah, I have to go with Eric Roberts.
I hope so.
Yep.
I agree, and fuck Hollywood for jerking them off for so long.
Yep, and Hollywood covered it up and let it happen, and just it's great director. Yeah, Roman Polanski. You know, just like they did with Harvey Weinstein, just like they did with all these other people. They all know what the fuck is going on.
Exactly.
Come on now. But you know how you stop it? You stop paying to see their movies.
There's other ways. Trust me. There's other ways to do it. I don't know. Was there a story between them? I know there's
I don't know what
Stallone.
the story was, but apparently when they did the Jackal, they had it in their contract where they could not be together on set for whatever reason. Because I don't think they are ever in the same frame in that movie. They're in the same scenes, but they're never in the same frame. So I don't know what specifically happened, but yeah, apparently they were not allowed to be near each other.
And the Jackal's not that bad of a movie. I revisited it again.
It's very underrated. And the cool thing is they wanted Bruce Willis to play the good guy, and he was like, "Can I play the bad guy instead?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So there you go.
I know you're not a big Richard Gere guy.
No, I mean, my mom loves Richard Gere, but I mean, honestly, I never really thought he was that great of an actor. I mean, there's some movies I like him in, like The Jackal, even though his accent's terrible. But I never really got into him as an actor, and he's a dickhead. Stallone doesn't like him because he was supposed to be in Lords of Flatbush, and he was just being a dick. And because Stallone was the writer, you know, he got him fired, which I don't disagree with. And from what I hear, he's a dickhead. He's just not a very nice person. And again, I was never the hugest fan of his work as an actor either. He just never did it for me.
And,
sorry. Sorry.
Nothing to be sorry about. I do like the Mothman Prophecies. I will say, I do think that's a good movie. Yeah, that's true. Derek, nothing to apologize for. We've only been on for 50 minutes. I haven't seen these, so you're more of an expert on these, the State Theater film.
I like all of them. I have them. You can't see it in the frame, but I have them on Blu-ray because they came out in Germany. The third
Hmm.
one was my favorite because it was just nonstop action.
Hmm.
And Bam Bam Bigelow played one of the bad guys, which was cool.
Oh, no.
And then the first one was pretty cool. It's kind of like Deliverance, but with Lorenzo Lamas. And then the second one was kind of interesting because his character gets locked up in this mental asylum, and like the other inmates let him out at night, and he goes and like kills all these bad guys. And Larry B. Scott from Revenge of the Nerds is his sidekick, and
Oh,
yeah, they're pretty fun little B movies. I think they're all here on YouTube for free.
cool.
Um, but yeah, they're not bad. And those were the ones that got Lorenzo Lamas to do more action roles, because before that he was just the lover boy on Falcon's Crest. But after that, that's when he started doing more action movies, and that led into Renegade and everything else.
The one I saw him I liked was Bad Blood. I think that was
Yeah,
what it was called.
that's a fun one. That's got some good shootouts and action scenes and stuff. Unfortunately, Joe's son is in that movie, but
Oh
oh
yeah, I forgot about that.
yeah.
Explain who that is. Some people
So
might know.
Joe's son, for those that don't know, back in the day, he was a actor, and he actually fought in one of the early UFCs. And his match is infamous because he repeatedly got struck in the groin because they allowed groin hits back then. Um, and he lost the fight, obviously. But he ended up, prior to him becoming an actor and stuff, he actually kidnapped, tortured, and raped a woman, and let her go. And then several years later, he got arrested for a separate crime. And because legally you have to submit a DNA test, the DNA matched, and they reopened the case. And he got sentenced to life in prison. And then when he was in prison, he killed someone. So now he has a double life sentence in prison. And the guy that he fought in UFC said, I have no sympathy for hitting him in the groin. And I'm like, that's why I like him.
Wasn't he in one of the Shoot Fighter movies?
He was in the first one, and then he was in the biggest claim to fame as an actor. He was in the first Austin Powers. He was Random Test, the guy that threw the shoe.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
that's his biggest claim to fame as an actor. But he was in a bunch of like martial arts B movies. I think he was in one of the Blood Fist movies. But yeah, that guy's a piece of shit. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, a great couple. Yeah, they'll be on YouTube. Uh, Fabio can sing well. I've seen him sing.
Yeah,
I can't sing for squat.
I can't sing.
I think they're still up, right?
I deleted them
Oh,
because I'm just kind of done. If these fucking dick nuts want to do all this shit, I just don't care anymore. I don't care. I'm gonna be the bigger man, and I'm just gonna walk away. I don't care. So you won, but I got way more important things to do with my time than worry about these two fucking jack offs. And I know who they are. You're not fooling anybody. They did the same shit to you. They did the same shit to Mike. It's the same thing. How is it
oh
not?
yeah.
So they're just jealous for whatever reason, and I don't care, and I'm done. So I'm not playing these fucking high school games anymore. I took them down because I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. And if they were still up, somebody would have told them about them, and they would have reported it to YouTube, and I would have had to go through all that. And I don't want to do it anymore. So whatever, you fucking jerk offs can play with each other and touch each other and make more videos. I don't care. Have fun. I'm so glad that I live in your head rent free, and you obviously love the taste of my dick in your mouth. So go for it. If you're really that lonely and pathetic, go for it. I hope you have a good time. I'm just done with this bullshit. I'm tired of it. Grow the fuck up. If you don't like someone, just click unsubscribe and go somewhere else. It's really not that hard. You're not cool. You're not doing anything special. You're another pathetic fucking loser on the internet like all the other ones. So there's my 2 cents on that. I knew somebody was going to bring it up, so there's my 2 cents.
I think if there's a best possibility, it will be Vestron Home Video. They release Waxwork 1 and 2, and that's my best bet, but we'll see. Maybe Shout Factory, if these sell out, maybe they'll get the first one. We'll see what happens, but
Maybe Criterion. That'd be cool, but it won't happen.
well, yeah, I know Shout Factory bought the Elf rights and they showed them on their YouTube videos. I don't know what they're doing.
I think they're on Tubi as well.
Tubi.
Yeah.
I mean, I have them on German DVDs. If they release a Blu-ray where it's the full non-syndicated version, sure. But I don't know what they're doing with them.
I think they said they are going to put them back out on DVD. I think I heard that correctly, and it's going to be the uncut version. So, like they did with Saved by the Bell, because the Lionsgate Saved by the Bell are all the syndicated versions, and all the episodes are out of order. And there's a magical extra season. So,
okay, so these are the cut ones.
Those are the cut ones. Yes. If you get this one, if I can reach it, if you get this one, this is the uncut one. This is the Shout Factory. Yeah.
So don't get this one.
Don't get that one. Get this one. This one has all the episodes in the proper order. It has Good Morning Miss Bliss, which was the middle school Saved by the Bell. I think this is still in print, so you can get it for a decent price.
Very nice. I didn't even know they did those.
Yep.
Well, if they did those, I mean, that was the same NBC network, so. This, I think they figured this would not. I think they figured not many people will want this, and they figured 1,500. I don't think they've sold out, so this is not like a beloved title. Let's be honest. I love it, but it's not like The Thing or Halloween.
Yeah, it's a contract thing. It always is. I mean, you think Roger Corman's just going to give his movies away and not get anything out of it? No, the man's too smart for that. So when he releases the rights to these movies, he probably gets a pretty good front end and he gets a little bit of the percentage, and that's it. And he moves on.
Never heard that. I don't know if that's true or not, but if so, that'd be cool.
I never heard that either.
Haunt, didn't see. Sorry. Oh yeah, they're doing a reboot Leprechaun Blair Witch. That's so stupid.
You only needed one Blair Witch, the first one.
Blair Witch 2016 bombed. No one liked it. I called it, and no one did it. Yeah, I know. Vinegar Syndrome. What's funny about that? There was another company doing Drop Dead Fred, and then they got in trouble with Universal because the same company. What they did, they released Cruel Jaws, the Jaws ripoff that had the Jaws footage in it, and they called it Jaws 5 on the cover, and they sold it. So Universal saw that and said, "Yeah, you're done. And by the way, you don't get Drop Dead Fred." And then they gave it the Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah. So. I think it was Synapse, maybe?
Synapse, yeah.
Synapse. Yeah. I always say that wrong. Yeah, and that's exactly what happened because they got in trouble.
They're like, well, if you don't sell Jaws 5 and call it Jaws 5, you don't get Drop Dead Fred either. Goodbye.
Yep.
Berserk? I don't know what that is.
The comic book Berserk, the one that Keanu Reeves created, I have the first issue. That was pretty cool. But I haven't read any of the other ones.
Oh, cool. What's it about?
He's like, okay, he's not John Wick, but he's like a similar type of character, and it takes place in the future. And like his family gets killed and all this, and he's like an assassin, and it's pretty violent, which is cool. Like there's just blood and guts on every page. It's pretty awesome. And I think Boom did it. Boom Studios did it, so it's not going to have any woke garbage and shit like that in there.
And they did. It looks like Keanu Reeves did a nice job.
Yeah, yeah, he created it, and it looks just like him in the comic, which is pretty cool.
Cool. Rachel Weisz. Yeah, role, but film that she's in, I'll go with Constantine. But role, I'd go with The Mummy. Fuck it.
They already did one.
I like both. I mean, the probably theatrical. I mean, director's cut is interesting, but it doesn't fit with what goes on after. With
Yeah, the theatrical cut, because the director's cut, Ridley Scott said that was just a marketing thing because his version is the theatrical cut.
yeah, pretty sure I should. That would have been awesome. I
That's
would.
funny.
Mother, I've never even heard of it. Charlton Heston and Tim Basin were filming together. I didn't know
Never
that.
heard of it.
Yeah, it's 1,500. There's still copies. Yeah, the sad thing you can only order from their website because I usually wait for Amazon because it's cheaper on Amazon, but it's only on their website. But it was 1,500. But from what I understand, there are copies still there. I mean, I've seen pictures, but I haven't followed it all. So
I don't know why she's dressed up like a dude. Like, do women not wear dresses anymore? Like, just I'm just asking. I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick or anything. Like, why do women just wear like business suits? Like, women aren't allowed to wear a dress to court? That doesn't make any sense to me.
just they feel men will ogle them and look at them and
Men are going to do that anyway. You know what? Women do it too. Everyone does it. Get over it.
yeah, you talk to people, women in the workplace will talk just as trashy as men will too.
More so than men. I mean,
Okay.
I've had more women give me their phone number than I've asked for their phone number. Just saying, at work. So yeah,
He's a ladies' man with the plan.
not trying to brag, but
Brag. The Italian stallion.
usually it's the ones I'm not interested in. So yeah,
Pressure for me. Um, I I think people give it its due. I would think. I mean, except the people that will say it's fucking sick for. I'm like, no, I don't think it's sick because the little girl likes John Renault's character because he doesn't reciprocate. I think he does a nice job telling a story. The action scenes are nicely done. Yeah, I think it's people say it's one of the better made films of its time, action wise.
I mean, yeah, Luc Besson is really like that in real life, but I don't think the movie has that in there. I've never looked at that movie and thought that.
Well, yeah, I mean, Depp was with other women. There you go.
Yeah, ask Winona Ryder.
Well, Turning Red sucks.
Emma
Emma Stone or Margot Robbie. I don't know.
Stone.
Sure, I'll go with her. Well, they're doing not a TV show, but
You're doing a cartoon.
oh,
I think
okay.
it's a cartoon or it's CG or
CG, I'm sure.
oh, you're welcome. That's
Hey,
what people get.
hey, frame by frame, nice guy there. Yeah, if I understand, the guy in Florida gave him some lot of squat, so to speak.
Yeah, Ron. So Florida or Disney had this deal with Florida where they didn't have to pay taxes, business tax, and Ron DeSantis is like, "Nah, y'all gonna start paying taxes now." So God bless Ron DeSantis.
He got a bid pair on them, but it's working.
He's never wrong.
And
That should be our next president.
it goes back to that bill. The bill never said don't say gay. It says we don't want to teach little
Called the
kids.
Parentals Right Bill. And there's nothing in that bill. If people would have actually read it, there's nothing in that bill that says you cannot say the word gay or you cannot have gay parents. Nothing. It just is preventing grades, kindergarten through I think third grade, of teaching, the ideology of, everyone should be gay and everyone should have sex with each other, and because children don't need to be learning that at school. Children need to learn the curriculum, not, well, I have two dads and I have six moms. No one cares about that. When I was in school, nobody cared about that. We never talked about that. We were there to learn. Did I learn much? Not really, but we weren't there to learn who was gay and who wasn't gay.
Yeah, and for some reason, it's like no. Maybe some people don't want to teach a fourth grade kid about sex.
You shouldn't. They don't need to know about that at fourth grade, at 9 years old. You don't need to learn that at 9 years old. We didn't learn it until when I was in Catholic school. We learned it in 5th grade. But it was really, really cut and dry, and it was horrible. They had like this video that was like from the 80s, and this lady had a mullet, and she was like, during sexual intercourse, the penis goes into the vagina, and then they showed like an explosion. I'm like, yeah, because that's really gonna happen.
Oh my
I'm like, yeah,
god.
I'm gonna stick my dick in some girl, and I'm just gonna blow up. Right? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So stupid.
Yeah. It was awful.
I hate this world. Can I just say that? I hate the world that we live
I
in
do
right
too,
now.
and then everybody yells at me because of it.
Well, they'll be yelling at me too.
People get mad when I do a stream and people ask me controversial questions. Look, when people ask a question, I answer the question. They may not like the answer that they get, but that is the answer that I am going to give them. And a lot of people over the past couple of years have gotten really butthurt and have, unsubscribed and everything because my views don't align with theirs. That's not how the world works. I'm sorry that your parents lied to you and told you that everything that you think is how the world is. That's not how it works. You may like what I have to say, you may not like what I have to say, but I'm going to be honest. So instead of pounding your chest and getting on your pedestal and thinking you're better than everybody, why don't you be quiet and open your mind and maybe you can educate yourself? But people don't want to do that. People have too much pride. Because I know people were asking me like, why are people doing this to you? Because of that. Because ever since I started doing streams 3 years ago, which is scary, obviously people ask different questions. It's not just about movies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry that, if that's all you want to hear, you can watch plenty of videos on my channel for that. But on a stream, it's a little more open ended. And if someone asks, I answer. They may not like it. It is what it is. I'm honest. I've been honest before I was on YouTube and way after. I'll be honest. It is what it is. Again, if you don't like it, just go somewhere else. It's really not hard. It's very quite simple. I don't know why this is so hard for people to figure out.
I've been asking that since I started.
Everybody wants to just type and not think.
Hey Jojo, hope you're doing well. Yeah, sequel to Amber Heard's movie, All the Boys Love Indian.
About no.
Yeah,
She will not. That will not happen.
exactly.
No. In a defamation case, that never happens. Whenever you have a defamation case, people get paid. People get a paycheck. That's it. Nobody ever goes to prison. Nobody ever goes to prison because you said something about them. That's not how law works. If that's the way it worked, there'd be plenty of people in prison because of me. So yeah, but that's not how the law works. Prison is reserved for those that should actually be there, like rapists and murderers.
Unless you're Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, not Wesley Snipes, but Amber Heard won't go to prison.
No, not at all. Not a chance.
She'll fade away, but whatever.
I'm so cynical. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised some kind of weird mistrial.
No, there's way too much evidence and stuff now.
But I heard she was trying to tamper jury, like trying to pay them off.
Well, that's illegal. Jury tampering is illegal. You can definitely go to prison for that. That's what is it?
It's like she wants a mistrial somehow.
Yeah, because she got caught losing. And she knows that she will lose because she thinks that the world revolves around her. It don't work that way.
So we'll see. I know Will Smith, Jada don't get divorced. Cool.
Please. And don't ever do an interview again, for the love of God. There was a petition going around before all this happened. It was, sign this to support Will Smith and Jada never doing an interview again. I'm like, yeah, I'm down with that. Like, if we can get that going, that'd be great.
I'll sign it. This is for you.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, he hasn't seen The First Orphan. The First Orphan, you think it's a movie about kill a little girl, the twist is you find out it's not a little girl, it's actually a little person pretending to be a girl. It's an interesting idea. Why there's a sequel, whatever the hell. Not everything needs a fucking sequel, man.
So a sociopath is a killer. Interesting.
Um, I don't. He hasn't seen No Way Home. Spider-Man
Well,
3 is the worst
it's
for
definitely
him.
not Spider-Man 3.
I've Amazing Spider-Man. I don't know. I guess. Let's see. Thank you guys out there. Well, this is the easy answer for
That's
him.
my favorite Stallone film. So yeah.
What's your favorite part of it? Is it the stories, the action? Is it the acting?
I would say the story. I love the idea how they tried to create this utopia, which, they're trying to do in real life. And the one guy that created it was like, nah, I don't really want to do that anymore. So he got out the worst criminal ever. And then they had to get out the best cop ever. So I think it's a really good story. It was definitely ahead of its time. And you couldn't make that movie today. It just, you couldn't tell that type of story. Nobody would believe it today. But yeah, I love the concept of that movie. It was so original for its time, and it was so ahead of its time. And again, I mean, we live in Demolition Man now, so it came true, but you could not make a movie like that today. It just wouldn't work.
Yeah, exactly. It's the sad state of affairs when that's more a documentary than it was back then.
Yeah.
Wes Bentley. I'll go with P2. I haven't seen much Wes Bentley movies.
Isn't he in the first Ghost Rider?
Yes, as the villain.
There we go.
Yeah, Shawshank is a classic that didn't do well. Exactly. He's asked you your favorite horror film.
The original Halloween.
There you go. He's frozen with Bruce Lee, and when the economy gets better, they'll be unfrozen.
There we go.
I haven't read many. Yeah.
Austin Powers, Vanilla Ice, they're all in there.
I haven't read many Alien comics. Have you?
Yeah, I have a bunch of the Dark Horse ones. They're pretty good. And then Marvel took over. I have the first issue. That wasn't that bad, actually.
Okay. Wasn't there a series that had it was supposed to be Hicks and Newt, but they changed it?
In the beginning, it actually was Hicks and Newt. And then they got sued or something, or they were told you cannot do this anymore. So they changed it. They called Newt Billy, and then they called Hicks something else. I don't remember, but it was pretty much still them. But they just had to change the names because, yeah, they got in trouble or something, and they had to change. But those are good. Those were the real Alien 3, in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't know much about the unmade sequel.
I don't think there's a lot of information about it out there, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't know much about The Northman. That's a new film. Again, sorry, folks. Don't know anything about it.
I have no interest.
Yeah,
Yeah, seriously.
Ricky Schroeder.
I don't think that much of him as an actor, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both pretty insane. Yeah. Again, Sean Young dressed up like Catwoman to the audition for no reason.
I guess I'll go with Sean Young because she didn't poop in someone's bed. Fair Child's Play, the first one, maybe. But 3 is an underrated one. I never understood the hate for it. Why do people hate Child's Play 3? I don't get it.
I don't know. You would think that they would like it because it's different. It's trying to do something different. I don't know why people don't like it. I don't understand. I like how they jump in time. I like how it's different. They put Chucky in a different environment. I like the ending at the carnival. I like how he was going after a different kid. He wasn't just going after Andy again. I guess because it came out 9 months after the second one, they were trying to really hold on to the popularity. Maybe that's why. But it's always been my favorite because it's something different. And I'm not taking anything away from the first two because I love the first two. But I've always liked the third one the most because it was something different. People wanted to see something different. And
And
then
the
they
guy,
tried
yeah.
that with the later ones and they all suck.
And the older Andy, Justin Whalen, I thought did a good job.
Mhm.
He does better than the actual Andy when he's older because I've seen him and he's not a good adult actor.
Because he forgot how to act because there was so much gap in between. That's what people don't understand. Like they want all these older actors to come back, but a lot of them are retired and they haven't acted in a long time. You need to keep doing it. That's why I think the craft of acting has been lost because people today don't want to be actors; they want to be supermodels. The only way that you get better at acting is if you keep acting and you have to do different things. You can't just do movies. You have to do theater and improv and you have to get better. That's why Steven Seagal never got better because he just wanted to be Aikido cop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on.
But Van Damme did get better. That's the difference.
Yeah, because Van Damme actually gave a shit and he realized that, hey, like now I'm doing these lower budgeted movies. I'm kind of back where I started, that's a little more relaxed. We can try different things. I can do different movies. I can make the movies that I want to make. And yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people like make fun of Van Damme for that, but number one, nobody stays on top forever. I mean, Stallone's done directed video films, Arnold's done directed video films. It's just the way that it goes.
Yeah.
But instead of trying to hold on to that glory from the old days, why don't you pick something different or work like get with a writer? It's like, hey, I want to do this. Like, let's do this movie. Like, write this for me. Um, I think, again, I don't like every single directed video Van Damme movie, but I appreciate the fact that he did something different
Yeah.
with pretty much all of those movies.
Yeah, and on a flip side with the same topic though, one of the requests I got for the future is Riverbend with Steve James, which you did a review. I agree with your thoughts. Not really, it's a drama, it's not an action. You also did an interview with Sam Furstenberg, you and Mike and Boaz. It's on his channel. And he'll talk about how it seemed like Sam wanted more of an action film, but Steve James wanted more of a drama. And I don't know if Steve James, he needed more time to jump into that. I don't know if that was the right way to do it. That's just me, but
Yeah, I agree with Sam Furstenberg because he told him, he goes, Steve, people don't want to see you do that. They want to see you fight. They want to see you be American Ninja. And he didn't want to do that. And I think that's why that movie didn't work because, like you said, I don't think he was established yet enough in the acting department to do a role like that. Now, if that was more of a straight up action film, people would like it. People would remember it. But because, like, I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to go for a message and what was going on in the world at the time. I get that. I appreciate that. But it didn't work for that actor and it didn't work for that type of movie.
it needed more, as not the same story, but the same idea is Lionheart. It's a serious story, but then you have the action of Van Damme, but then you have this underlying nice story as well. And that blending of the two, but he still knew his audience enough. And then in the future to do something like JCVD, it's like, okay, now I can do it
Yeah.
in this function in
If
life.
it wasn't for Lionheart and Double Impact, his career would not have gone the heights that it did. Because if he would have stayed with Mark DeSalle, they would have just have him do Bloodsport 2, 3, 4, 5, and those type of movies. Because Van Damme knew, like, okay, like I can do more than just fight people. And Sheldon Lettich knew it, and a lot of other people did. It's like, okay, there's something more to this guy. Like he's not your just flash in the pan karate guy. Like he can do a lot more than people think that he can do. And that's why you got movies like Universal Soldier and Time Cop and Hard Target and so on and so on. Because he took risks, he took chances as an actor instead of just doing the same movie over and over. And people can argue, they can say, well, Seagal's movies made more money. That might be true, but in the long run, Van Damme won because he did different movies. He's still doing movies. It's not like people are calling Seagal, hey, like, you want to do this, you want to do that. There's reasons why people want to interview Van Damme, and he's in commercials, and they're doing Blu-rays for his movies because yeah, he had his rock star years as he calls it, but he changed and he learned, and he realized, okay, I'm a little bit older, I'm a little wiser. Let's do some different things with me in a movie, not me just kicking people because people don't want to see that every single movie. You
That is
change
true.
it up. You do something different.
That's true too. You look at Van Damme; he has double impact Blu-ray. You had the Lionheart Blu-ray, 4K of Hard Target. You don't see 4Ks of Under Siege. It should, but I mean, Steven Seagal, you don't see a lot of Blu-ray of Marked for Death.
It won't happen.
And good movie, but just Seagal just painting himself in the shitty corner.
Yep. It won't happen because of his ego, his behavior.
I just had to put this up because I agree
Yeah,
fully.
she is.
Thank you. Yeah, there you go. Give Steven Seagal comeback.
Way
No,
too late for that. 70
this,
year nobody wants to watch a 70-year-old out of shape Steven Seagal do a movie. No one cares. People do not care about that. That ship sailed long, long ago.
and he's the ship.
Yes, because he did it to himself.
You don't. Van Damme at times was difficult, but he ate a big piece of humble pie. He's apologized. He has up and down. There was a whole thing with Cyborg with the knife, but he's not bragging
It was
about
an
it.
accident. It was a
Yeah,
complete accident. He did not do it on purpose.
exactly. And you will see footage if he accidentally hits someone. He upset, sincerely upset. Steven Seagal will rough up a stuntman and not give a crap.
Yeah, Seagal would go around and just kick people in the groin to make sure they were wearing a cup because he's an asshole. Normal people don't do that.
Not at
Normal
all.
people don't walk up and kick someone in the groin. You got to have a cup. No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't put any kick or punch in a movie near there anyway. There's no excuse for that.
He was a bully. Seagal was a bully. He thought he was hot crap, and now he's just total crap.
Yeah, because they will only, like Ezra Miller, they will only take care of it for so long. And as Seagal got further in his career and he did more interviews and all he did was talk shit about Warner Brothers and this and that, but he still wanted all this money, and they didn't ask him to do much. They just said, stop saying all this shit in interviews about the CIA and this and that, and stop putting us down because we're paying you, and just lose a little bit of weight. That's all they wanted him to do. But no, he was too good for that. And that's what happened. They made a bunch of movies, they all made money, and then they stopped making money, and his contract was up, and it's like, all right, cool, we're done. Have a nice day. And then he tried to work with New Image, and then he fucked that up, and then Sony got tired of it, and then by the time you get to the goatee, it was these shitty little $1-2 million movies that nobody cared about, that nobody saw, and he was just there to get a paycheck.
I'll
And
mention it. Yeah, go ahead.
And when you don't come to ADR and you don't show up when you're supposed to be there and you're always late and you want to rewrite the script and you want to do what you want, people don't want to work with you. Whether it's Steven Seagal or anybody else. I mean, he's not the only person. There's plenty of, big name people in Hollywood that did the same thing. They only tolerated it for so long. If he would have just behaved, he would probably have had a little bit of a longer career. And if he would have, when he got to the direct-to-video stuff, if he would have did the same thing that Van Damme did, like, okay, let's do something different. I'll do a traditional Seagal movie, but then let's do this. Let's do that. Let's try something different. But no, he just wanted to show up for the 5 days that he was needed and get a check, and that's it.
I was going to bring this up, but since it's a super chat, Steven, you do know people lie, right?
Again, here's what gets me. Okay, if it's not him, why are the videos exactly the same when he did it to Matt and Mike? The same two people did it the same way. Did you think that we weren't going to find out? Like, get a little creative, folks. I mean, you got 24 hours in the day and all you do is copy and paste what you did before, and you expect people to not think that it's you, and then you want to lie about it? Come on now. How dumb do you think I am? People think that this ain't the first time it's happened. It probably won't be the last. But instead of being a butthole because you don't like something that I said, why don't you just fuck off? It's really not that hard. But, and then you have the balls to call me a sociopath and a narcissist when you're doing the same thing. And then you want to call me a fucking child because I have this that someone made for me. When you collect fucking Funko Pops and you play video games that are made for children. So you're a hypocrite. You're the one that created a playlist of all my people are stupid videos and then you deleted it. So I know who you are. You're not fucking smart. You're not slick. You're a child. You're a 22-year-old kid that doesn't fucking know anything. And you deserve to get the shit kicked out of you. And I don't care what people think of that because in the old days, that's how it worked. And that's the problem. Mike Tyson said it best. Social media made everyone too comfortable with saying what they want and not getting knocked the fuck out. Because in the old days, that's what would happen. And one day, you are going to mouth off to the wrong person, and they will not give a fuck, and they will knock your teeth down your throat. And I hope there's a video of it, because that's what you deserve. And this is why I can't be fucking nice to people, because I tried to be nice to you, even when all this other shit was going on, and then you fucked me up the ass, and you stabbed me in the back because you needed to get your fucking tampon changed because you didn't like something that I said. So you are the problem, not me. I'm done fucking talking about it.
Exactly. Folks, people lie to make themselves look like the victim. It happens all the time. That's why I don't care. I don't
Like
pay
Amber Heard.
attention. And I have more important stuff to do. So,
Right.
Thanks, Stephen. It is what it is.
I'm sorry that you're miserable. I'm a very happy person. I'm very happy with my situation in life. I live in a great house. I bought this house. It's mine. I'm going to school. I get to go to all these shows, get autographs, meet celebrities that I like, meet people that I like, go to concerts. I'm a very happy person. I'm a very secure person, unlike you. So have a nice fucking day. If you don't like, I don't know how many times I have to say this. I should get a t-shirt made. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. There's a million other YouTube channels out there. Pick one of them. But then you want to play these fucking games and make stupid videos because you think that you're funny. No, you're just an immature, fucking idiotic child. That's all you will ever be. You will never be half the man that I am. So anyway, moving on.
Exactly. It was just people making videos on Fabio, and it is what it is. And guess what? That's the internet. I've had it happen multiple times to me. It is what it is.
That's what happens when you put yourself out there in the public space. It happens to every single person that has ever been in the public space. Whether it's good or bad, it comes with the territory. But I'm not going to sit here and play a victim because I'm not a victim, and I'm not going to cry, and I'm not going to act like a child because I'm not. I'm a goddamn man. And if you were a man, you wouldn't do this. And again, you are 22, 23, whatever years old. Why are you impersonating a 17-year-old girl on the internet? You are a fucking scumbag. You're sick. Pedophiles do shit like that. So fuck you. And not really. You're using her profile picture and her name, her actual picture. You are a fucking scumbag. I should call the fucking police and let them know that you're a pedophile because that's what pedophiles do. So fuck you, dude.
Speaking of another psycho, Ron Perlman.
And fuck him too. Yeah, another Hollywood fucking nut job.
Yeah, he's a guy who, because he got mad the stuff in Florida, he didn't read the bill, the whole don't say gay, even it wasn't about something saying gay.
Well, he didn't read the bill, that's why.
Yeah, he didn't read the bill at all. Not at all, one bit. And we talked about it before. There's a lot more to it. It's about not teaching little kids stuff that should not be taught right then and there when they're third, second grade. If Ron Perlman had read it and done his research, it would have been that much better, but he didn't. And that's just the way it is.
Yeah,
So
and he's a has been. Because back in the day, he wasn't like this, but I don't know what happened. So get over it, Ron Perlman.
another horror Terminator. I mean, I'm kind of done with all forms Terminator. They missed the boat, and they're kind of done with Terminator right now. At least I am.
No, the only horror one that you needed was the first one.
Yeah, not needed at all. Siege was a good Bruce Willis film. I agree with that.
It's weird to watch it now, but it is a good movie.
Yeah. Let's see. Hey, take care, Jedizilla. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to do the best I can with the phone, guys.
You're good. I thought you were on the laptop.
No. Oh, I can only do this on the phone. Does the internet on the computer ain't worth squat?
Yeah, I'm doing this on the laptop because I'm home tonight and we're not watching anything. So
I enjoy the core. I thought that was a fun movie. It does have a Blu-ray from Shout Factory. I haven't
you
picked it
can't
up.
see it. I got to pick that one up too. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people bitched when it came out. It's not realistic. Well, no shit, it's a movie. I don't want it to be realistic. I want it to be entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with escapism entertainment. And if it's dumb, then at least entertain me with it.
Well,
And
Rich asked, "What is the best PM entertainment movie?" Mine would be Riot with Gary Daniels.
PM entertainment. That's a good one. I'm trying to think of all the films. Rod would be up there. Is Land of the Free PM entertainment? Yeah, I do like Land of the Free with Jeff Speed and William Shatner. I also like Zero Tolerance, Robert Patrick. That's another great one.
T-Force was good too.
That's another good one as well. David, good guy. Hope you're doing well. Hello there, Nolan. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
There you go. Was he in Army of One? Forgot about that.
He was one of the goons in that movie. I like Blind King. Twitter, what the hell is that? I like
Ain't
it. That's
worth
funny.
it. I guess because he had asked in the stream about the Vito actor. I didn't know anything about the guy who played Vito in Ghostbusters 2. I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, he was not a very nice person in real life. He was
Um,
a scumbag. Apparently, I think he like raped one of his nieces or something too. And John Carpenter worked with him on In the Mouth of Madness and said, "I hope that guy burns in hell." So there you go. Yeah, he was just a terrible human being, and I'm glad
Jesus.
that he's dead. So there you go. And I know John Carpenter is as well.
Jesus. Uh,
Well,
Michael Massey felt bad. I mean, it wasn't his fault either.
yeah. So he
You
felt
know,
terrible about it till the day that he passed away.
people may go, well, what's the difference between
Getting
him and
over
Alec
something like
Baldwin?
that. I don't blame him at all. It wasn't his fault.
Well, people may say, well, what's the difference between that and what happened with Alec Baldwin?
Well, I mean, the difference is that it was negligence in both part because on the Crow they were cutting corners and they were using the actual casings for live ammo instead of the ones for blanks. But there were so many other issues with the Alec Baldwin film. Number one, that girl should not have been anywhere near a gun. She had several similar incidents on different films. There was a Nicolas Cage film that she worked on where a gun went off and Nicolas Cage got really upset about it, understandably so. She has a TikTok, so she definitely should not be in charge of anything, at least in my opinion, as mean as that sounds. And that they took the guns away from the film and went and shot beer cans. There was over 500 rounds of live ammunition. Why was there live ammunition anywhere near a movie set? So I think that there was more wrong in the Alec Baldwin situation. The Crow situation. I mean, I have my own theories of what happened. That's just me. But if you go by the facts or what most people believe, yes, there was negligence. Yes, there was stupidity. Why no one went to prison is beyond me. Not Michael Massey. It was not his fault. There's
Well,
no way
also,
that. he would have known that anyway, because the situation is different. Because what killed Brandon was there was a bullet lodged in the barrel. They could not see it in there. It somehow got stuck in there. There's no way that anybody would have known that that was in there unless you would have opened up the revolver and held it up to the light. And they don't do that typically. So that situation is a little bit different than what happened with the Alec Baldwin thing.
Well, also, Alec Baldwin has more stature. Like, he could say and control the whole set if he wanted to.
Right. He
Michael
was the
Massey
producer on
could
the
have.
film, and right, Michael Massey was just an actor. But Alec Baldwin was a producer on the film, and again, there was already several incidents. Um, Half of the crew wanted to quit the film because there was so many unsafe conditions and the way that it was. So there was a lot. I think there was a lot more wrong on that film, and unfortunately, what happened is what happened to that woman. But the fact that there has been no trial, no nothing, I think is an insult to her. And it's embarrassing to Hollywood because someone should have to pay for that. Not, oh, well, we'll investigate and we'll go from there. No, someone should be in jail. Someone should have went to jail for the Crow situation. That's the fact of the fact of the matter. Not, oh, well, we'll just pay people a shit ton of money to keep their mouths shut. No, you keep your money and you go to jail like you deserve because someone's dead for no reason and you are responsible.
It's like no one went to jail for the Twilight Zone, the movie incident.
Exactly. Exactly. We got one troll, but whatever.
Do you ever get recognized? Nope, never get recognized.
Don't recognize me. Get away from me.
Let's see. Chain of Command was still. I haven't seen. Was that under a different? Is there?
No,
I saw another one.
okay, there's Chain of Command with Michael Dudikoff, and then there's Chain of Command with Stone Cold and Michael Jai White. The one with Stone Cold and Michael Jai White is terrible. There's so many mistakes in that movie. Like there's a fight scene, and you could see the mats on the floor, and they're like these bright blue mats. It's crazy.
Why do I think the film I'm thinking of is called Tactical Force?
That's a different one that they did. That's the one where it's like Assault on Precinct 13, but they're in this warehouse.
I liked that one.
Yeah, that was okay. I think Michael Jai White said he didn't like it. So,
well, I mean, he also wanted to. He thought he could beat up Bruce Lee or something, or whatever he said. I didn't know they did another movie. Okay, news to me. Fantastic Beasts, fuck it.
Yeah, who cares? I like what Rich said. He was like, Chuck Norris made the right choice going to TV with Walker. Conversely, I wish Lorenzo Lamas would have done the reverse and jumped from TV to movies. Didn't happen. Well, because I think the reason why it didn't happen is because he was a pretty boy because he was on Falcon Crest, and then he wanted to do action movies, and I don't think people took him seriously and to do big budget like theatrical films. But I know he enjoyed doing those little low budget movies. I mean, he made a shit ton of them in the 90s, so it all worked out.
This is actually a lady who asked this. A good chunk, sure.
Well, yeah. I mean, these are the fuckers that are eating Tide Pods and shit. And, these kids just don't get it. These kids don't fucking get it.
I'm putting this up not because of the question we already answered, but he was also asking, "What's your YouTube channel?" I know he asked that also later.
It is the Italian Stallion 51.
Yes, that is the YouTube channel. I finally found out what that meant because I saw that episode with that character in it. But what's the worst steer movie? The fifth one, easily. How many steer movies have you seen?
I've seen the first 3, and then I gave up.
Yeah. Which do you like? Short Circuit 1 or 2 more?
I like the first one a little bit more.
God, I mean, and with Wall-E, 2, 1, and Wall-E, the Short Circuit films are childhood favorites of mine. Yeah, that's what the Gremlins thing is called. Secrets of the Mogwai. Thank you. That's what it's called coming up. Yeah, Cinet's also had another issue. They had a film called Thriller, but yeah, there's a whole thing with that. That's pretty funny. Uh, what happened to the Batman of the '80s who did not? I don't remember those.
Well, they had to tone it down because people started buying comics again. Because in the 80s, people weren't buying comics. The market blew up. Um, the comics were in the toilet back then. So they started to get more creative. And then when The Dark Knight Returns, the comic was done. People were like, oh, like, no, like Batman's cool again. So yeah, they had to tone it down.
Yeah, I was wrong. It was Severin with the Drop Dead Fred, not
Ah,
Synapse.
okay. Okay.
Gotcha. Thank you guys. Sorry about that.
Had the S part right.
Yeah, Severin. My favorite is Hard Target. Chance Boudreaux. What's your favorite?
Time Cop.
Both great choices. Both were
Because
universal.
again, that was the one time they actually gave a shit about Van Damme. You know, the critics actually cared about Van Damme.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you guys. Again, sorry with this stupid phone. No, I mean, if they did an animated film and you had the voice of Arnold and Peter Weller, sure, but live action, no, it's too late for it.
I like what Nolan put. Aren't you a little young for Full Contact? Aren't you a little old for video games?
I don't know what the hell that is. So I sorry, I don't know what that is.
What?
Well, he has what?
I loved it. I loved it.
What?
That's a great question. Yeah, I don't get why Ben Shapiro doesn't
Oh,
like any of the older Batman films. I was really disappointed when I saw that because I'm like, oh well, you know, he's like in my age, he's a little bit older than me, but like, okay, yeah, he'll like the Tim Burton ones, and he's like, no, I don't like any of them. I'm like, what?
different taste, different strokes, different faults. I
I know,
disagree.
but you know, I'm a big fan of his, and I was like dying a little bit on the inside.
Yeah, the trailer sucked in my opinion. If you liked it, that's cool. Teach their own. It's not for me. I'm just tired of Marvel. Like we said before, it's just too generic, too middle of the road. That's one of the reasons I like to do Batman because we're just different, at least for this time. Yeah, back then they're just much better in what
Mhm.
they were doing. Um, oh, here's for you, Kyle.
I think it's so stupid. I don't like it.
Ah, they could easily mess you up just as much as anybody else with that lightsaber. Is ridiculous. Um, I think he'll if he gets his divorce, give it a few years. We'll see what happens. He just needs to get away
I
with
think
it
Will
somehow.
Smith died, and they replaced him with a clone.
Yeah, it's okay for you like DVDs. Why should it not be okay? I don't. If people giving you crap about it, then that's stupid. Yes, I agree. Terminator is dead in the water, like a lot of franchises.
It's been dead in the water.
Been dead for a long time. Um, uh, my life actress. I don't know if I have a favorite. It'd be just really the cartoons and animated I prefer more. That's just me for Spider-Man. Let's see.
You fucking trolls! You think you're so slick? Do I look 300 pounds? Seriously, that's the best that you can come up with? People are crackheads.
Yeah, I agree. Time Cop could have been a franchise. It would have been nice to see.
It should have been a franchise, but no, 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 no. Because Van Damme said like they wanted to do a sequel, but they sold it. Well, they didn't sell it, but they did the TV show instead. They thought it would be more lucrative as a TV series. Well, that didn't work because it was only on for 9 episodes. Um, But yeah,
Yeah, and it would have been nice. I mean, of all the movies, that could have been his franchise, and sadly, that's not how it came to be. Okay, if you want to, but I'm very bad at reviewing albums. I don't know how to do it. I'm not musically inclined. If you want to watch a bad review, I'd be very bad at it. I don't know how to review an album. Like Fabio, you've done stuff. You did a lot better than me on your channel. So I
thank
don't. I just don't know how to do it. You could try if you want, but I can't promise it'd be a good video. But that'd be up to you, Hopium. But thank you, everyone out there. Over 70 people. Very cool. Um, yeah, no problem. If you don't mind a bad review, like I'm shitty at it. That's up to you though, or anyone else. Tried Kid 2 has always been my favorite. I like
me.
the first one, but yeah, go ahead.
Me too. The second one's always been my favorite because I like how they go to Okinawa, and I like Gloria Love. I think Gloria Love was the best song from a Karate Kid movie. That's just me.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, and I it's such just on the 4K. There's a commentary with Ralph Macchio on it. It's only on the 4K. But yeah, I know he likes it. He felt it was underrated as well. I saw an interview with him saying it, and Karate Kid 3 sucked, and he's right.
He never lets that go either. Anytime he gets a chance to shit on Karate Kid 3, he does it. So
I don't blame him for it. Feeling funky? I don't remember. What
that
was
was the
Encino
Corey
Man?
Corey Feldman. That was the song he released on his 50th birthday because
Oh,
my ears needed to be assaulted. Fuck Corey
uh,
Feldman.
well, okay, go ahead. You mentioned Feldman. Is it because of the documentary? Is it stuff before it? Is it
I
his
think it's all of it.
behavior?
It's all of it with me. The documentary was a big part because he lied to everyone. And people spent a ridiculous amount of money for this documentary, and you didn't learn anything new.
Well, how did he lie? People may ask, like, what do you mean by
Well, he
lying?
lied because he said that I'm going to reveal all these names of all these pedophiles in Hollywood. He didn't reveal any names. All the names that were in it were the names that people already knew. And it was more of a smear campaign against Corey Haim because, of course, Corey Haim's dead, so he can't defend himself. Um, and yeah, it was just all like, look at me, this happened to me, and blah, 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 blah. And people spent like $50, like it was not cheap. And then half the people didn't even get it because the stream got hacked and all this other shit. So he's a con artist. And the shit before, every interview, every commentary, he's trying to be a stand-up comedian. It's like, why don't you just shut up and talk about the movie that you were in? The whole thing with Ninja Turtles, where he showed up to the premiere and he was all fucked up, and he was doing all these interviews like, "Yeah, kids, don't do drugs. Drugs are bad, okay?" And he was high the entire time.
I didn't even
Um,
know that.
yeah, because one of the guys that was in the suits tried to go meet him and shake his hand and stuff, and he would just ignore him, and he was all fucked up, and he was trying to tell all the kids that were there, like, "Yeah, kids, don't do drugs and don't drink. Be like me." And how he betrayed Corey Haim and all that. Like, I think there's a lot more going on with Corey Feldman than we know, and he will never reveal. I don't think he's as innocent as he says he is.
Mm.
He's trying to play like, I get what happened to him was horrible, but he's trying to make himself to be more of a victim than he it actually is. He's not a saint. Um, yeah. So fuck Corey Feldman. He's 50 years old. He thinks it's still the 80s. He's doing this weird shit with his hair, and he's trying to be Michael Jackson. And stop it, dude. Just stop. He's an embarrassment. He needs to go to rehab, and he needs to get better, and he needs to stop acting like a damn fool. So yeah, fuck Corey Feldman.
I like the simple ones. Aliens. This time it's war. I like that one. I'll pick that as a favorite. On a movie poster.
Predator. What is it? A creature from another world, and this time Schwarzenegger's the prey. I got a little promo thing up there.
Of course, this one
Hard was just about to say hard target. Don't hunt what you can't kill.
was. I wish it was on here, but yeah, it's on the poster. Don't hunt what you can't kill. That's a good one as well. Let's see. Let's go to this. Traffic, I haven't seen.
Never seen it.
Let's see. Yeah, I didn't mind it. You've done a review of it on your
Yeah,
channel.
I put money into it. I supported it. I liked how it turned out. Um, you know, but I heard that guy Oliver Harper, I think it's the guy.
Hmm.
Apparently, he screwed a lot of people over when he did some of the later ones. Like people never got their shit, and people never got paid for being in it, and I heard a lot of things about that.
Is that then Search of Darkness or something
Yeah,
else?
and then I tried to get the sci-fi one, and it did it twice. Like it charged me for two copies, and I was like, "Well, can I just like get one refunded?" And they're like, "No, we have to cancel the whole order." I'm like, "That doesn't make any sense. Just refund me the one copy, and I still want the other one." And they're like, "No, you'll have to place a new order." I'm like, "But it's closed. It's over." Well, that's your fault. I'm like, "Okay, well, I won't be buying it from you then. I'll get it on eBay when it comes out."
And I do see what you mean by something missing. A lot of their stuff, like the In Search of Dark, yeah, I'm just not really big into that. I mean, I didn't mind it for what it was, but I
I
don't know.
mean, the one thing about it that I was kind of like, huh? They didn't talk about Steven Seagal until the very end. They talked about Arnold, they talked about Stallone, Van Damme, Chuck Norris, all these other people, but the only thing they said about Seagal, what's his name? David Moore, I think is his name. He wrote that book, the one that you have, and
Oh,
the only thing that they said about Seagal was, that's why we still watch these movies that he does, because we hope that one day we can see like an Under Siege again. Well, that'll never happen. But that's the only thing that they brought up about Seagal. And I'm like, well, he was a pretty big part of the 90s. I mean, Hard or Above the Law was 88, but
yeah.
his movies were more in the 90s. And I'm like, why would they just gloss over that? Like, I get it, he's a dickhead, but he was still a pretty big part of that era. Like, why would, especially when you talk about Van Damme, like that was his competitor. Why would you not include that more in the documentary? I just didn't understand that.
And also that David Moore, that book annoyed me because it's supposed to be all action films, but he excludes people being action stars because like his definition, that to be the martial arts or sports. That's why like there's no Bruce Willis is that action star because it's an action movie book, but you don't talk about Die Hard. You don't talk about Steve from New York because Kurt Russell's not an action star. He wasn't in sports and stuff. I won't plug somebody's book because he's a good guy on there and because I felt like it. Flying Ninja One John, Flying Fists. Western guy to Western martial arts films of the 1970s. Good
Cool.
guy on YouTube. He's a good friend, and pretty much talks about year by year martial arts films from the 70s, 73 to 79. Even films like Death Dimension, Death Force. He's a Van Damme fan. The Tattoo Connection, all sorts of stuff. Even episodes of Incredible Hulk that had Mako in it, and Spider-Man episodes. I'm going to do a review of that, but good guy in Fly Ninja One, very nice guy. He didn't tell me to do that. I just did because I think it's a good book. So
Cool. I'll have to track that down.
it is on Amazon, $20 for those interested. And no, I don't get anything of it. I just do it because I think he's a good guy, and I always wanted to write a book. Did you always ever want to write a book?
Yeah. Maybe one of these days I will, but
What subject would you?
well, I know I always bring this up. Somebody needs to do something with PM Entertainment while we still have those guys. Like, I don't care if it's a book or it's a documentary, but their story needs to be told. They were a huge part of 90s direct to video action movies, and you never hear people talk about them. They put out hundreds of movies back then, and you knew exactly what you were getting when you watched those movies. You were going to get explosions and car chases and all these ridiculous action scenes. And their story needs to be told. In my opinion, their story is very important, and people need to know more about it.
Yeah, exactly. That answers that. Yeah, it'd be nice to see because no one talks about. But if they did, is it going to be like the canon film where it's like how much they all suck?
No. Well, I asked Sam Furstenberg about that. I said, did they deliberately do that? He said, yes. He goes, but I was being honest and I told about the positive experiences. I said, okay.
Mm.
But he said the director did that on purpose. He wanted everyone to talk shit about canon films. And he said, I would not
Mm.
do that. And I said, well, there you go.
The guys who made they purposely.
Yeah, they purposely wanted to do like a hit piece on canon films.
Why though? I guess just controversy creates cash.
I guess controversy, yeah, creates cash. But I did that. I deliberately asked Sam Furstenberg that when we, excuse me, when we interviewed him because I needed to know the truth. And he said, yeah, that guy, the director, I don't remember the guy's name, but he said, yeah, he deliberately tried to get everyone to talk bad about canon films. And he
And
said,
we're
but
talking
he said I would not do that because I didn't really have a bad experience with them.
and we're talking about Electro Boogaloo, the story of canon
Yeah,
films
not the
documentary.
other one, not the Go Go Boys, because the Go Go Boys is more positive. And like Van Damme's actually in that. He gets interviewed, so I do like that one a little bit more. Like they actually have interviews with Menahem Golan and Yoram Globus.
And it's fine if people are honest, but to purposely go in that direction is a bit Stevie to me.
It's
It's
shady.
it's one thing if you're honest and you didn't have a good experience, that happens. But to that be the exact purpose, that's a bit. That's I don't care for that. Hopium, if you want to. Again, I'm not good at album reviews. It might be a letdown. Strike Back, I don't know what that TV show is. Strike Back.
I've heard of it. I've just never seen it.
What have you heard of it? Just is
It's
it
a British action show. It's like these group of like spies, and they're trying to hunt down terrorists and stuff. I think they did like 4 or 5 seasons. I'm not entirely sure how many that they did, but it was on Cinemax for a while.
if you see this, Derek, have a good night. I wish you the best. Nothing wrong with that. You're doing good. I haven't.
Yeah, I did In Search of Darkness 1 and 2 and In Search of the Last Action Heroes, and then I also did In Search of Darkness 3 and then the one that's coming out about Jason Goes to Hell. I know people are thinking you don't like the movie, but I want to hear the story. I want to know what happened.
But they did get made. I mean, there's not one that's never got made.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. My apologies.
No, it's fine. But it's
Yeah.
interesting to hear the other stuff
Jason,
too.
Jason Goes to Hell one. They are still doing some interviews, but they're actually like working on it. Adam
Hmm.
Marcus is always updating people and telling people what's going on with it, which is really cool. So yeah,
Yeah,
because they just interviewed John D. LeMay, so he will be in the documentary, which is
very
awesome.
cool. Some good elements plus Cobra Spanish good parts. Are there elements you liked in Cry Kid 3?
I do. I like Terry Silver. Um, he was pretty cool. Other
Very
than
cool.
that, not really, because Daniel's a dick to Mr. Miyagi for no reason. And I know Ralph Macchio brings that up. He said he didn't like that either, how he treated him that way. Um, I mean, and the ending is bullshit. And I'm glad that they brought it up on Cobra Kai because there's no way in hell, because you won the last tournament, that you would just automatically make it to the finals. That is so stupid. I hate that about the movie. And on Cobra Kai, on the last season of Cobra Kai, they brought that up, and it was hilarious how they worked that in there. Because Johnny was like, "That's bullshit," and I'm like, "Yes, finally, someone said it."
Alfred Jess, he's a cop. It's a dirty job, but someone's got to take out the garbage. There you go. Uh, what did Oliver Harper do? Well, he was talking about other future, like some people didn't get paid, for I understand.
Yeah, and then a couple people in the chat said he screwed over his partners. So there you have it.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
I heard like people didn't get the shit that they paid for, and then some people didn't get paid for being in the documentary. So
Bernie's
yeah,
greatest two superior co-hosts, and Richard and
there you
Duncan. I never did, and if I did, I that would be like house party of the movie.
go.
But
No,
I have not.
I was a child. There's no way that my parents would have let me go near a place like that as a child.
Favorite Joker line from '89 Batman.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
That
I
was a
have
good one.
all my prey. I just like the sound of it.
Um, long time ago, I need to play it again. Hardcore Henry. Any sequel to Hardcore Henry would be good because it was an underrated movie, underrated film. So there you go.
I saw a video on here. It was like the best shootouts in a movie. And Hardcore Henry was in there, but there was not one single John Woo movie that was featured in that video.
That's very strange. I don't
Yes.
get that at all. Yeah. But yeah, hoping if you want to, that's up to you. Again, I'm not good at it. Have you seen American Me and Blood In, Blood Out? That's for you.
American Me, I've never seen. Blood In, Blood Out, it's been a minute.
I wouldn't know a single thing about how to make a documentary. I wouldn't know anything about it. So at least I'm upfront with it. Like some of these people who think they know what they're doing, then they screw people over.
Hmm.
Image organization. Mission of Justice is a great one. Yeah.
Yeah, they the owner of that company sold it in the 90s because I know Salvatore, I think, asked on a previous stream of mine, like, what happened to that company? The owner sold it. Pierre David, I think, was the guy's name. He's still around. He's still producing, but he sold Image like in the late 90s.
Uh, it's a good movie. I mean, it may seem like Oscar bait, but it's a well told film. I think it's a fairly good for what it is. Crime drama thriller. Goodfellas is a good one. Casino is a good one. Heat is a great movie. I would definitely put Heat up there. And it's about 2 hours. We'll be slowing down, maybe about 5 more minutes just to play catch up with you guys. But thank you guys for joining. 2 hours is a good running time for this stuff. But yeah, Joel Schumacher is an underrated director. He doesn't get the credit he deserves. He did a great job. Did a great job doing stuff. He's a very good director. Persona 5, haven't played. Never played that one.
That is, I have no clue what that is.
First time I've been half black. I don't know. I'm
You're
glad.
half black. This is news.
Used to be too. I'll take it. I would gladly take it. Cop drama. I mean, there's a lot of good cop drama stuff. I mean, TV. I really like True Detective season 1. I'm sure there's other shows out there that are cop dramas. Even CSI Miami I liked. Movies, like the Heat. Michael Mann's a great one. Great stuff there. Kid and Play. I liked House Party. Class Had It in Mind. Did you go with the House Party movies?
Yeah, I like all of them, but the first one and the third one were the better ones.
Yeah, the third one is my favorite.
Two's a little weaker, yeah. And then I like Class Act. That was a good one too.
Yeah, because they suck. Although, sorry, they suck. Dead Meat sucks. John, it's Chris Stupman.
It's a
John
troll.
Stupman. I know, but I'm just giving facts.
I know.
It's not called John Stupman, by the way. If you liked him so much, you don't even know what he's called. John Stupman. Who the hell is John Stupman?
He must be new. I've never heard of him. I'm
Who
I'm John Stuckman.
a TMNT movie nowadays? None. I don't know if there's a good director now. I mean,
Dudes that did John Wick, I think, would do a good job, but it's not going to happen.
I'll do you that, or the guy who did Hardcore Henry and what was the new film he did? Damn it, I forgot. The guy who did Hardcore. He did another film I enjoyed as well. I'm like, oh, cool. Oh, Nobody. He did Nobody. That was a good one. If you did him or the guys who did John Wick, I'll give credit to it. Dead Meat, to me, he has a very fake radio host type of voice. He was in Search of Darkness, and half of the time he's the one who's talking about the movies. He just had this very fake look. Hello, my name is Dead Meat. Welcome to another video. If you people like it, that's cool.
He's annoying. He's very annoying, and I know he does it on purpose, but he's annoying.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about this today, and 27 people died in this movie. Yeah, we know. We've seen the movie before. Like this.
Yeah. And I like Brad Jones Cinema Stop. That's the one I like. And he's a popular guy. I think he does a good job. Fairline Boy Scout, Last Boy Scout. It's too many to list, but let's see.
Nobody likes you. Everybody hates you. You're going to lose. Smile, you fuck.
Santa Claus is out there. Be prepared. That's my motto. Be prepared.
This being the 90s, you can't just walk up to a guy and hit him. You got to say something cool first.
I just wanted to point this out. Thank you for the kind words. Just doing what I can with what I got. Take it day by day. Yeah. Gary, he would be.
I like what Total Meltdown said. That's hilarious. You can find my channel at the Italian Stallion 51 here on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, it won't do well with links in a chat. How about when this uploads, I'll put a link in the comment section. So look tomorrow or later today, and I'll try to put I'll pin a comment under the video with a link to his channel. Because I'm fine with different opinions. Fabio and me, we differ. He does not like Jason Goes to Hell. He does not like Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare. I can still talk to him because he's a nice guy. Here's what people don't understand. I will be fine with disagreeing with you if you're a decent person. Sometimes if I don't like someone, it's not because I disagree with them. It's because they're a dumbass person. And guess what? They prove me right. When it's like, nope, I get a bad vibe from you, and then they prove me right. Does it make 18 videos and 52 accounts? And I'm fine with people differing in opinion. Guess what? That's fine. I differ with Mike OCP. I differ with Michael Keane. I differ with my friend Effrey. We differ. Effrey hates gravity. I love gravity. Mike OCP wasn't really big on Nonstop. I like Nonstop with Liam Neeson. Guess what? We're fine with disagreeing with people. We can actually talk like we're doing right now. Holy shit, balls of fire. Go figure. I'm not
That's how the world works.
Fabio, you can't be on here because you don't like Jason Goes to Hell.
You respect people. You may not You may not agree with them. You may not go out and get a beer with them or whatever, but you will respect them. I don't know where we went wrong there. Again, do I like Chris Stuckman? No. Do I like Dead Meat? No. But do I get mad at them because of their videos? No. That's their thing, and I just don't like it. Do I wish them any harm or ill will? No, because I'm a human being. They're doing their thing. Whatever. We're doing our thing. You can have multiple people doing different things. It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
No, I like answering with facts here.
Yeah.
I have discussions with people and comments. And also, I like to go over the top because it's fun in a video. If people don't get that, it's not my job to do.
At the end of the day, it's entertainment. It is entertainment. And this is why I don't get when people get so mad at me. Oh my God, you screamed and yelled. Okay, it's about having fun. I could sit here, yeah, I don't like this movie. It's really boring. But if I get creative and animated, people will like it and people will laugh and people will be entertained. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's just about having fun. And I don't know why some people just cannot wrap their head around that. You want me to be serious all the time? I can be. It's pretty boring, just saying.
Thank you, Bregman. You're a very nice guy here. Yeah, because I think they fucking suck. And they don't give a shit what I have to say. So I don't know why you care so much. If you don't like me, just leave.
Right.
No, I don't
And
have
the
a
other
change
thing
around
is,
you.
you put that up there, but it's that you think it's okay when actors and directors attack people because they didn't like their movies. When Worth Keeter attacked Matt all those years ago because he didn't like a couple shitty Jeff Speakman movies.
It doesn't matter. It is what it is.
Or
Haven't seen Attack on Titan.
Paul Feig always having a meltdown because nobody liked his shitty Ghostbusters movie.
Do you have
Again,
thoughts?
if you can't take it, don't dish it out. It's really quite simple. Nostalgia Critic, I never got into. I always thought he was just super annoying. Chris Stuckman and Jeremy Johns, again, do I like their style? No, I don't. But do I hate them as people? No, I don't know them as people. They could be the nicest people in the world. I've never met them. I don't know, but am I a fan of their videos? No, I'm not. Same with Nostalgia Critic. And then Nostalgia Critic, it's all the other shit that happened too behind the scenes that I'm not a fan of. With Channel Awesome or whatever it was. But yeah, just because I don't like someone's videos doesn't mean, I'm going to hate them as people and stuff like that. That's psychopaths do that, like they do with me. That's what psychopaths do. I'm not a psychopath. Am I crazy? Yeah, but I'm the good kind of crazy.
Yeah, I'll say I think someone sucks as an actor or director, but I don't go to their Twitter, I don't go to their Facebook, YouTube, and make 85 accounts and do crazy stuff.
Yeah, because again, psychopaths do that.
But we'll end with one or two more. Yes, Captain Marvel or the Eternals is close. I don't know what the worst one you've seen.
That I've seen, probably Iron Man 3. Out of the ones I've actually seen, I would say Iron Man 3. Because there was so much potential there, and then they pussed out because that was the first one where Disney had 100% control on that movie. And they're like, no, we can't have Tony be an alcoholic. Well, it was okay in the comic books in the 80s, but now in a movie it's not okay. Whatever.
Exactly.
Get over it.
And he's a good guy. He's talking about the people and the other. Yeah, they can
Yeah, I
be.
know he's not talking about us.
No.
He's okay. He's cool.
So thanks for you guys for watching. Over 2 hours is a good length. I don't want to keep Fabio on for too long because it's his free day. I let him enjoy it.
That's all right. Yeah.
But thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for coming by. It's a lot of fun as always. The ups and downs. That's life itself. It's a roller coaster. Nothing wrong with that. If people don't like me, if people don't like us, it's fine. We don't have to like them. We don't have to be nice to each other. Guess what? That's welcome to the real world. Hate to burst the bubble. And
the way it is.
so a little take care. Some nice people giving shout outs here. Winston, hello there. Steven.
Oh, that's scary. I'm your hero.
Yeah.
I'm only joking.
Very tight. Yeah. I'm no one's hero. Don't let me be your hero. Trust me. Yeah, thank you guys out there for coming by for a little bit. A lot of nice guys here. They make it worth it. They truly do. Thank you guys all for your kind
Yeah.
words. Yeah, Morbius like sucks anyway. Jedi. I did get it. I got the thing. Hopium, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you though. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
Peace out. Take care. We'll see you in the next one. Later.
Sayonara.